Very warm welcome to the Daily Brief with me, Shiksha Arora, and my colleague, Samuel Jorge.
Yes, we'll be taking you through the stories that are making headlines today. And priority as far as our news diary is concerned still remains to be the Precious Talent Academy school tragedy, which remains atop of our news diary this morning. Now, a task force formed to probe the collapse of the school structure killing 8 pupils kicks off its work this morning. We will be following up on the state of pupils still admitted in hospital with various injuries. Owners and managers of the school in Dagoretti will also be arraigned today.
Of course, and apart from that, we are also going to be telling you what exactly is going to be making headlines today, where the family of murdered Dutch tycoon Top Cohen is today expected to proceed with his burial, which was postponed yesterday. Now, his lawyers told journalists that the final rites had been put off due to lack of enough Jewish priests to conduct the ceremony. The courts had allowed his detained widow, Sarah, to attend yesterday's ceremony, and her lawyers will seek fresh orders to allow her to be present at the interment.
Absolutely. There is power in a name. Hearing in the public divorce case pitting Meru Senator Mithika Linturi and Marian Kitani continues this morning before Chief Magistrate Peter Gesora. The case had taken a break following the death of Linturi's father, who was buried last week. Key witnesses are expected to testify.
And moving on, still within the corridors of justice, a pre-trial session will be held today for directors of Kiroche Industries who are accused of tax evasion. The matter will be before Chief Magistrate Martha Mutuku, and Kiroche and its directors are accused of failing to remit taxes totaling to 14.5 billion shillings between 2015 and this year.
The 74th session of the UN General Assembly continues at the UN headquarters in New York with 193 countries represented. The general debate of the General Assembly opens today at 9:30 a.m. New York time, which will be 4 p.m. in Nairobi. This year's theme, galvanizing multilateral efforts for poverty eradication, quality education, climate action and inclusion. And President Kenyatta is expected to address the Assembly on Wednesday.
All right, of course, those are the news makers of the day. That is what you're going to be seeing throughout the day right here on K24 TV. And of course, the Daily Brief. Remember to keep interacting with us. The hashtag is K24 Daily Brief. Find us on social media on Twitter and Facebook at K24 TV. Interact with us, keep talking to us. And of course, we'll also be sharing some of your views and we'll also be telling you what is trending on social media.
Straight on, here is Fred Kai joining us from Mombasa with an update from that region. Fred, what's happening in Mombasa today?
Good morning to you, Sam and Shiksha, back in studio. And leo tunafuatilia tu matukio mbalimbali, ikiwemo tukio la kwanza ni pale jana madereva wa malori waliweza kuingia barabarani na kuweza kufunga barabara kwa kile wanachosema kwamba reli mpya basi inaweza kuchukua kazi zote za wafanyabiashara wa Mombasa na kuweza kuzipeleka moja kwa moja paka kaunti ile ya Nairobi na pia vile vile Naivasha. So wao wanasema kwamba hii basi itaweza kuwapelekea inapelekea wao kuweza kufunga biashara na pia vile vile kuweza kukosa mkate wao wa kila siku. Kwa hivyo wanaweza kusema kwamba iwapo basi Rais Uhuru Kenyatta hata ingilia kati kuhusu swala zima hili, basi wafanyikazi wengi katika kaunti ya Mombasa watabaki bila kazi. Hivyo basi kutapelekea kaunti hii ya Mombasa kubaki kama povu lisilokuwa na chochote, kwa sababu wakazi wengi walikuwa wanafanya biashara ama wanategemea poti hii ya Mombasa. Hivyo basi wanasema kwamba iwapo basi swala zima hili halitachukuliwa kwa hatua zinazostahili, basi wakazi wengi watabaki bila cha kufanya katika kaunti ya Mombasa. Vile vile tunaweza kufuatilia matukio mengine ambapo pale jana tuliweza kuona kwamba kampuni kubwa ya kuweza kusafirisha wageni katika mataifa mbalimbali humu ulimwenguni, pale jana basi tuliweza kutangazwa kwamba imeweza kusambaratika. Kampuni hii ambayo ni Thomas Cook imeweza kusambaratika, na baadhi tu ya wageni ambao wameweza kuweza kupambana na shida hizi wako katika kaunti ya Mombasa, wengine katika kaunti ya Kwale, ambapo tuliweza kuongea tu na washikadau mbalimbali wa hotel katika kaunti ya Mombasa, na wengine wameweza kusema kwamba iwapo basi kampuni hii kusambaratika kwake, na kama basi serikali ya UK haitatilia mkazo kuweza kuona kwamba wataweza kulipwa madeni yale husika, basi huenda ikaleta hasara katika sekta hii ya utalii katika kaunti ya Mombasa. Hivyo tutaweza kuongea tu na baadhi ya washikadau mbalimbali katika sekta ya utalii waweze kutuambia tufika kwa sasa wanaona kama watagharamikia hasara hii kivipi, na iwapo basi kama serikali ya Uingereza haitaingilia kati, hasara hii itaweza kuathiri kivipi. Na tuna matukio mbalimbali katika kaunti ya Mombasa yataweza kuchipuka, na tutaweza kupambana nayo ili kuwapasha watazamaji wetu, na vile vile kueleza ni yapi yanajiri kutoka kaunti 001. Sam na Shiksha.
Thank you, Fred Kai, for that update live from Mombasa.
Right, of course, and from Mombasa, we're going to be taking you to Kisumu, the lakeside city, as we have our reporter Baraka Karama, who's going to be giving us more details on what to expect from his end. So a very good morning to you, Baraka. What exactly is lined up for the day in Kisumu?
Shiksha, the story that, of course, we are following up is there's an outbreak of suspected cholera and dysentery in Kisumu, and so far 2 people have succumbed to that particular disease, more in particular in Gita Sub-County Hospital within Kisumu East constituency. And we are trying to get all of the director in charge of health in Kisumu County, Dr. Dickens Onyango, maybe to shed some light on this particular issue and what they've done so far as as the outbreak of this particular disease is concerned. We are supposed to talk to the director of health around midday, just to give us a brief as far as this particular issue is concerned. Remember, the Kisumu County Hospital, most of these facilities up to now, the health workers have downed their tools, and going by the situation right now, the outbreak of the dysentery and the cholera, of course, we expect that that is going to be a major problem in various parts of this particular region. It is the 3rd week since the health workers downed their tools, demanding their salaries from the month of May, and we'll be able to get in touch with the official of the health workers union, Maurice Opetu, just to give us a brief of what they intend to do, given the fact that the Kisumu County Governor, Professor Peter Nyang'nyong'o, had made that passionate appeal to them to go back to work following the paralysis that, of course, has seen many health services suffer in this particular region. We are talking about over 329 health facilities spread across the 7 constituencies in Kisumu, where we have over 4,000 workers who up to now have not yet reported back to work. So one of the major stories that we are focusing on is the outbreak of cholera and dysentery in this particular region, and we'll be able to get hold of the officers in charge as far as this particular issue is concerned. Also, we expected, you remember last week we did mention that the embattled speaker Onyango was supposed to go to court to fight his impeachment. Of course, we expect that today he's supposed to go to court to obtain a court order, maybe to fight his impeachment. Remember, last week, 42 MCs did vote anonymously to impeach him. Remember, the embattled speaker is facing grave allegations during his tenure as the chairman of the Lake Basin Development Authority. So we'll be also taking a look at the corridors of justice, maybe what he intends to do. We understand that yesterday he was supposed to obtain a court order, but we were told that
all right, of course, we're definitely going to be getting more details from our reporter in Kisumu, that is Baraka Krama, at a later time. And of course, we'll be covering the stories that have been making headlines yesterday as well, as we were talking about the school, that is Precious Talent School, where classrooms collapsed, taking the lives of 7 pupils and injuring 64 others. So we're definitely going to be following that up from Kenyatta National Hospital as well as Dagoretti.
Right. Also, the city mortuary right here in Nairobi will be a venue where cameras will be stationed, because Shiksha, those that died, some of them have been taken to the city mortuary for post-mortem. And
Indeed.
Definitely we will be interacting with our teams on the ground to just find out what is happening. We've got Gloria Milimo, who is at the Kenyatta National Hospital. We've got Victor Olo, who's at the city mortuary. And we have Dennis Matara, who makes way back to Precious Talent School in an effort to just get what else is developing in as far as this tragic incident is concerned.
Now remember, on Twitter especially, Precious Talent School has been trending for more than 48 hours, Samuel. And of course, this is in line, 24 hours, I beg your pardon.
It has to be 24.
24 hours,
Yeah.
yes. And of course, this is in line with what happened yesterday, and it is still trending. And until now, people are sending the messages of condolences. And now, the angle has actually moved. It has definitely moved from condolences to questions that are being asked. So Kenyans are really going out there and putting out their concerns and, asking some very serious and important questions to the government.
Some have been answered, others have not been answered. We saw a press briefing by Cabinet Secretary Education, that is Professor George Magoha, and among the things that he said yesterday, that one, no one should use this incident to create or instill fear in students across the 35,000 primary schools that we have in the country. He also went ahead and said that no manner of consultation, engagement or approval was sought from the ministry by the county government of Nairobi or the institution itself, because if such an exercise was conducted, then the approvals would not have been given by the Ministry of Education. Remember, some of the pertinent questions in as far as yesterday's incident is concerned is: one, where was the planning department of the county government of Nairobi? Number two, was there any approval that was sought from the Ministry of Education? And if so, was it given or was it denied? And number three, what were pupils doing in class at 6 a.m.? And talking about that latter point, another question still begs Shiksha. It is routine that there is a teacher on duty in school.
Right.
Where is the teacher on duty who was manning Precious Talent School yesterday morning? Remember, the owner and the principal, the head teacher,
right,
are being arraigned today. So those are some of the questions that we shall be probing as this particular story enters day 2. But right now, would like to take you to Nakuru County, and here's our reporter Kigotho Mwangi. He joins us live from that region with an update of what we can expect in as far as news is concerned from Nakuru. Kigotho.
It is indeed a good morning from Njoro in Nakuru County. And yesterday was one of the dullest days as we reported deaths of our own kids, 7 of them dead in Nairobi, and 1 who died here in Njoro after being lost for quite a long time, from Thursday up to yesterday when her body was discovered. She had been slaughtered, or rather we can say that the throat was slit, and also she was raped by somebody who's said to be a neighbor. We are going to be following up with the locals to maybe understand what exactly transpired yesterday and what are the law enforcers, the security and the leadership of this area doing to make sure that this area is good. And we are also going to be following up on something that is going to be there is a lobby group that is going to be planting trees in Naivasha to commemorate the incident that took place yesterday. But it is rather bad attitude or bad behavior between the leadership and also leaderships in schools, whereby you find buildings are not in line with what is needed, and also the structures themselves. We are going to be looking at some of the structures in Molo, some of the academies that we have, some of the schools that we have, so that at least we can see, we can look into, are they good for our kids to be schooling, or are they good for anything that they are doing inside there? My name is Kigodo Mwangi. My camera person is John Wangombe. We will be coming to you live with the updates as they happen from Njoro in Nakuru County.
Thank you so much, Kigodo Mwangi, joining us live from Nakuru with an update on what we can expect from that end today.
And of course, we're also going to be taking you through the story that is the Precious Talent School story that was definitely the top story of the day yesterday, where classrooms collapsed and really caused a lot of chaos in the school, and of course took the lives of 7 students as well as injured 64. And just to give us more details on the same, we're going to be heading over to Kenyatta National Hospital, where we've got our reporter Gloria Milimu on standby as she gives us the latest from her end. Good morning to you, Gloria. What is the atmosphere like at Kenyatta National Hospital today?
Shiksha, remember yesterday this facility was a beehive of activity, parents just coming here, different government officials also coming here following the incident that happened at Precious Talent Academy. And today it's not a beehive of activity as it was yesterday. We understand that so far only 2 pupils are currently admitted at the facility, one in the general wards and the other one in the pediatric ICU. The facility says that as of yesterday, they received 70 pupils and discharged 68. 41 were discharged as a group, and the remaining pupils were discharged at different intervals. So we're being told that the ones who were discharged were treated for minor injuries. And remember also, Deputy President William Ruto, who visited the pupils here yesterday, said that the government will conduct an audit of all school buildings to ascertain their safety in order just to ensure that we don't have a repeat of what happened yesterday at Precious Talent Academy. We've also seen different government officials. We've seen Nairobi County Governor Mike Sonko saying that the county government will cater for the funeral expenses, and also Deputy President William Ruto said that the government will cater for the medical fees of the students who are discharged, and also the ones who are currently admitted at this facility. Remember also 7 pupils succumbed in this. 7 pupils also died during this tragedy incident, and they're currently at City Mortuary, where I understand my colleague is there and will be keeping our viewers updated in regards to the information that we will be getting here also at Kenyatta National Hospital. Shiksha.
Just a question to you. What is the confirmed death toll right now?
The confirmed death toll is at 7. And as of yesterday, 70 pupils were admitted here here at Kenyatta National Hospital, some who are treated and discharged. So currently the death toll stands at 7, and the ones who are still admitted are 2, one in the general wards and the other one in the ICU pediatric wing.
All right, thank you so much for that update, Gloria Milimu from Kenyatta National Hospital, giving us the latest. And of course, she has confirmed that there's been 70 who have been discharged. And of course, she said that one is still admitted in the general ward and the other is admitted at ICU.
That's true. So 70 is the number that Kenyatta National Hospital has been handling since yesterday. Remember, a majority of the injuries were head, knee, and soft tissue injuries. It is a story that will keep forming part and parcel of our outlook right here at K24 TV. And as far as news is concerned, we shall also be getting to precious talent and get to bring in our reporter Dennis Matara, who will be joining us live with an update from that region. Also, the city mortuary remains to be one of the places where we shall be focusing on today, even as we continue coverage on this unfortunate incident.
All right, of course, so all that and much more will be coming up. But remember to keep talking to us. The hashtag is K24 Daily Brief. Find us on social media at K24 TV. Interact with us on Twitter and Facebook. And of course, tell us your thoughts on what we'll be covering throughout the show. And of course, we'll definitely be airing some of your views later on.
Absolutely. Remember also, Dutch tycoon Tob Cohen is expected to be laid to rest today. If at all, the family will be in a position to get 10 priests and 1 rabbi. As of yesterday, they only had 8.
Indeed.
And they were trying to source for others either in South Africa or the US. We shall keep liaising with the team that is following up on this story and give you the updates as and when they happen. We also have the UN General Assembly. The 74th edition is going on in New York. 193 countries are already in New York to just make sure that this particular event, which happens each and every